Russ Rodriguez.
I'm Marin Flores.
And this is the No Title Show.
Woohoo!
In studio today is...
Christian Aguayo.
Christian Aguayo is a friend of Marin and I's. We met in a...
12-step program.
12-step program.
That cannot be discussed at this time due to traditions.
No 13 stepping now.
No 13 stepping.
We'll get into that sometime in the future.
Unless you know Bill Wilson.
Let me share something that happened to me earlier this week while I was at work. I was talking to a friend who is it moved from a regular position, lateral to me, up into a leader position.
Lateral. Could you spell that?
Lateral.
Okay, please continue.
As the show grinds to a screeching halt. Let's gain a little bit more momentum back. I was talking to my friend, and he was discussing the frustration with the pressures being put on him and how things have changed for him in a bit. And I've seen him get more and more frustrated as we progressed into the weeks and weeks, and the more time he worked in the position, literally his hair has become more gray. Poor guy.
Wow.
I really feel for him. He's a really good guy, you know, he stays fit, he's really energetic, he's got a lot of motivation, and he kind of took on that kind of a mindset before he ever entered the position. He's just his work ethic. He was really dedicated.
Right.
And I respect the guy a lot. He was my friend. We've gone to lunch and stuff. But he was telling me how frustrated he was with things. And the day before, he almost broke down. He's like, I'm sick of it, man. I'm done. He's like, almost fucking ready to just...
Look at my fucking hair!
I'm like, that's what I brought up to him. I'm like, look, dude. I'm like, you need to stop taking it so hard, man. I'm like, your work ethic is going to keep you just fine. No one is putting these expectations on you. You're doing it yourself. You got nothing to stress on. You know, if you come into the situation and it's a little out of control, you just do the best you can to make the change, right? You can't just turn everything around completely. That's what you expect for yourself.
Right.
And that's not what's put on you. I'm like, you need to take it easy, dude. Coming into work with the mindset you have is going to keep you just fine. You have that work ethic in you, and it's because of your standards that's frustrating the shit out of you.
Just take a fucking Valium.
Take a chill pill. I'm like, look, dude, I've watched your hair go gray since you've gotten into the position. He's like, you're right, dude. And why I bring that up is that connection that I made with him. I could see it in his eyes that, you know what, I need to hear this. Thanks for taking the time. I'm like, if you don't hear that enough, man, let me give you the chance right now. Bro, you do a fucking great job. Right. I like working for you.
Right.
You know, and I'm very fortunate to be in a position where I respect the people that are above me, and being in an atmosphere where I can produce and bust my butt. There's really not that much to the job. There's no real mental anguish I go through. It's just the frustration of just staying physically active and try to produce and push and be accurate.
You do it for 30 years and get a fucking watch.
Yeah.
here's the momentum of your...
So what brings me to this point I'm trying to make is that's what I'm trying to do with this show. I'm trying to make a connection with the audience out there. I want to have conversations in here where the people listening are like, wow, I can relate to that. You know, I'm glad this conversation is being held because I can relate to that. I haven't had the chance to sit with people and discuss this because, you know, I'm too busy. I don't want to get fired. You know?
But my hair is in fact gray.
Right. But it's cool that I can hear these guys talking about shit. I can relate to them and kind of get a little bit of a release. So my ideas for this show is to create a forum where the listener can make a connection. I'm going to create a Facebook page, The No Title Show. It's actually up right now. You guys can go there and give your opinions about how the show is going, what you would like to hear, what you would like to hear less. If you guys got games that you want to hear, news articles that you've read that you want discussed, send your feedback to the No Title Show at Facebook. We'll put it on the air. If you guys want to come on the air with us and talk, we'll set it up. You know, leave us your contact Tell us what you got in mind. If you got music you want played, my friend Chris in here has brought his electric guitar. We're going to be playing a little bit of music in here. We might even have some intros or background beds to be laid while we're talking.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in
progress. But the main goal here is for the audience, the listeners out there, to have their own hands, to be able to put their investment into the show and feel like, hey, that's something I can make a connection with. I'll follow that because my opinion counts.
We just want to be loved.
Just love us. There's something sick about somebody that
come on,
go out there and be criticized.
Come on, dude, let me give you my signature.
Yeah.
Come on. No, really, it's no problem.
So
here, I got my own napkin here. Here, it's already been signed. Take it.
So that is the mission statement for today, folks.
And now what would you like for lunch?
So right now I'm going to have Chris just kind of freestyle for a bit. Let's hear what he's got to play for us. You guys are really
That's your own shit, man. You wrote that yourself.
Yep.
What inspired you like to write that, dude? That's like some heavy, fucking grindy shit.
Actually,
man.
say no to drugs.
That's the title of that intro, huh? Say no to drugs.
Say no to drugs.
In that 12 seconds, that was my whole drug lifespan. I like that. That's good, man.
Yep.
You have on your guitar the Verb. What's that about?
The Verb is actually one of my, which makes no connection with the kind of music I play, because the Verb is more of an experimental type of song, music.
Right.
A lot of the songs that you've heard on the radio, they're super commercial, but if you ever listen to the Verb, Richard Ashcroft and Nick McCabe, they have some really, really cool. I want to say almost underground type of sound.
Right, because I've always
almost
seen you
Pink
with the...
Floyd-ish.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Because I've
more
always seen you
guitar
with Nirvana.
sounds, more effects and stuff
Right.
like that. So I just really like the Verb. It's just that, don't tell anybody else about that.
We don't want to be popular or anything. This is a secret underground thing
It's
for the cool people.
That's right, man.
Welcome to our club.
Yeah.
You can't tell anybody.
That's what so confused me about punk music. Like, we only want to select a group of individuals to listen to our music. We don't want to get out there, but it's like, how the fuck do you expect to make a career out of this thing? You want to keep it secret.
Green Day. Green Day. That's what happened with Green Day. You see the documentary of Green Day, and they were a total punk band, hardcore punk band. But as they got bigger and bigger, they decided to go. Like the biggest punk thing they did was that. What is it? I hope you have a time of your life.
Yeah,
they have real stuff. It's like totally opposite of what they did.
It's a great song. Though.
Yeah. Hey, when
Seinfeld
uses it as their final song for their sequence of the show, I mean, come on.
I have a record of theirs, and it's by. I think it's from like '92, and it's got Christy Road on there. Really cool little punk songs that are, but they're really melodic as well.
Right.
And it's non-commercial, and they're really good. Maybe you should, ever get a chance.
Yeah, you're right.
It's by Kerplunk Records. And no, it's actually, that's the name of the album, Kerplunk. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so today is actually Saturday the 12th, right?
No.
14th. I'm talking 2 days. I just bought myself.
Yesterday was Friday the 13th.
That's right. You're absolutely right. My bad. Today they're actually inducting Guns N' Roses into the Hall of Fame.
Wow, welcome to the jungle.
Yeah.
What is the controversy behind that?
The controversy is that Axl Rose is not going to show because they invited Slash. And so, you actually didn't know this, but they had Guns N' Roses they're actually on tour right now with Axl. And then I don't know if any of the other original members, I don't think.
Nope.
Slash isn't with him, Duff isn't with him, anything like that.
I just read an article on them, and it's Guns N' Roses, literally Axl Rose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's kind of strange, but yeah, You know,
Well,
Axl
we were talking about that earlier because he's like, well, he's just eccentric. I said, he's not fucking eccentric. He's just arrogant. He's just an arrogant fuck. You know what I mean? He thinks he lives in this bubble world of where he thinks everybody needs to contribute to his insanity and his stupidity. You know what I mean? And then he wears just fucking funky clothes. Fucking 1970s.
You ask me, you go out on stage
Yeah.
and you're running around at maximum speed, screaming at the top of your lungs, wearing a kilt.
Right.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to argue with that, dude. That's eccentric.
He's
Well,
no
no,
longer a
not
sweet
to-
child of mine.
Yeah, right. But not to say that he isn't good, because he is. He's good at what he
He
does.
has one of the widest vocal ranges
vocal
of any
range.
artist out there.
That's right.
So does fucking Rob Halford. You know what I mean? Aside from the homosexuality, which that's his thing. But until people found that out about him, I mean, he was like one of the greatest rock gods there was out there.
Yeah.
Rob Halford and Judas Priest. And even when he left Judas Priest and went off to do his own thing with Halford, and then he went off with Fight, it wasn't until he got back together with Judas Priest that they really kicked off again. I just seen them in October. They were doing their Epitaph tour, and which brings me back to you can go out and go solo all you want, man, but that original chemistry with the band, with Styx, that's what they're going for. That's what the people want. And if they want to, he says, oh well, I don't want to be there because Slash is gonna be there. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck?
Right.
A few years back, or maybe it was 10 years ago, I can't remember, when they had Van Halen on the MTV Awards or whatever, and they were going to induct him into like the MTV Hall of Fame or some shit, right? And Eddie Van Halen and David Lee Roth couldn't stand each other, right? But they went to the ceremony, and they did
Sure.
it,
Because they're adults.
Right.
And
No,
there's
right.
a fucking paycheck.
And there's
Right,
a paycheck
yeah,
that comes along.
It's like this new album out right now. One of the songs by Van Halen, "The Lighter Side of Truth," I think is the name of it. I'm pretty. I could be wrong. And it's a good album, good CD. I'm sorry, album. It's a good CD, but I go on YouTube and I watch their live concerts that they do right here in Staples. And this dude's fucking walking around like he's fucking Tony Bennett, and he's trying to do Panama and doing the fucking Blue Suede Shuffle or some shit. It's ridiculous. It's just fucking ridiculous. Not to say that Eddie Van Halen doesn't kick ass, because he does. Not to say that Michael Anthony was a good bassist, because he was. Now they have his son, Eddie Van Halen's son, playing bass. They have Alex Van Halen on drums, and they're all good. It's a good fucking album. Don't get me wrong. It kicks ass. But to see him live, in my opinion, I wouldn't pay to go see him live, and that's just me. That's just me.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I don't know. I think Axel's a fucking prick, to be honest with you.
I
think
He
he's a
is.
giant asshole.
Well, speaking of, if you want to,
Sweet ass little one.
yeah. Speaking of prigs, you want to talk like that? It's the same thing that's going on with Black Sabbath. They've been in the works to do this album, and now the album's supposed to be coming out. They're supposed to be going on tour, but Bill Ward won't sign because the money situation isn't right. I mean, how fucking complicated is it? There's 4 people. Give them each 25%, but it's not that simple.
No, not today.
But
You
that's
have to-
why. Wait, that's why. If you want to listen to good music, go listen to some of these musicians that are unknown.
Right.
Because really, they're still hungry, and their main interest is really music.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
no longer, well, we've already succeeded and we've already topped the chart or whatever
Right.
it is.
Well,
Right.
that's the whole problem. How do you find somebody who's unknown? There isn't a forum out there. It's like the punk,
Everything's American fucking Idol these days, and The Voice.
and there's
The
there's
voice.
So
money
they become
behind
stars
it.
before they become stars.
Yeah. If you start off and you really work for it, and you had to work for it for so many years and get to the top, and you had to climb your way, once you get it and you